Assalamualaikum folks, welcome back to the next episode. Sempena bulan Wakaf month. We'll be talking a lot about Wakaf in the news today. And if you've noticed, we've also been talking about investing. So today, it's very simple. You think about Wakaf, you think about dying, right? You think about your estate planning, you think about all that. But what about your investments? Whatever investments you have, what happens when you die? So, gents, what happened? What are the different investment accounts or different investment types that today you see very, very commonly that, when you die, confirm affected one?
The bank
Unit
account.
trust.
Unit trust, bank account, some more? Banyak tu, there's a lot.
The CPF investments.
Oh, CPF investments, yes, big implication there. Do your CPF investments go back to your CPF account? Do they go back to you when you die? Macam mana? What else?
Gold.
Gold, how? All those gold items that you have, how to prove ownership?
Bond.
Bond,
Paintings, artworks, jewelries.
painting, artwork, jewelry, stocks.
Yep.
Stocks, especially if you buy stocks overseas, we know that, for example, the US stocks have inheritance tax or estate tax. How? So long story short, there's many investments out there. And so the shortest answer I can give all of you today who is listening, if you have any kind of investments, depending on how it is owned or whether it can be nominated, most likely those investments will go into your single name, into your estate. That means it will follow faraid. But that one is the easy part. The difficult part is how to access these things. Right? Let's start with something that's super common now. Now people talk about cryptocurrency, right? Both of you have a cryptocurrency investment?
No.
No.
Don't have? Okay lah. But you all know these things are digital asset, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Then you access using different apps,
Wallet.
different websites, different wallets. So have you all heard of cold wallet and hot wallet?
No.
Okay. Hot wallet is connected to the internet. It's on your phone. Cold wallet is a physical one where it's not connected to
Oh,
internet.
the one that you can withdraw from this ATM or something, is it?
No, not withdraw from ATM. Lain. That one is linked to your debit card. The cold wallet is literally a thumb drive.
Oh.
Literally a thumb drive. So now imagine this. Nowadays, very common, everybody got cryptocurrency asset. How do you access a hot wallet?
Log into the app.
Bisa. Right, log in username and password. So today, if I pass away, right, my hot wallet, I got, say for example, 1 Bitcoin. And inside the Bitcoin is what, $60,000. Well, it fluctuates lah. If they don't know my username and password, you think my family can access? Mampus. Right? Like, okay, the mampus pun lah, but you know what I mean.
Then would the lawyer be able to do it?
Well, you can put in any court order and say, yeah, this Bitcoin wallet is supposed to go to the estate, give to Faraid, etc., etc. Can. Nothing wrong. But how to access?
Yeah.
Right?
Even if I issue a court order to who?
That's the thing. It's a decentralized currency, right? Decentralized. There is no governing body, right? Your wallet is your wallet. Your username and password and whatever 2FA authentication that you have done is unique to you. Nobody else can access it. How? Like that? Right? I know, of course, those are specific wallets. But what about platforms? There are those platforms that hold your wallet for you and hold your assets for you. So those ones are a bit easier. You have somebody to talk to, a platform, a person in charge, customer service lah, apa lah. Arwah dah meninggal. Here's the required documents, ground of probate. Give me all the Bitcoin that he has. Kecoh kan? But cold wallet, where it's literally password protected, do your wives know your passwords to your social media account? Do your wives have your passwords to your email account?
Cannot, privacy.
PDPA.
PDPA, privacy, bila kita dah mampus, we need them to access. Right? Imagine this, Imagine this. One of us meninggal, one of our wives comes up and say, arwah ada tinggalkan 100 Bitcoin that he bought at $1 20 years ago. Macam mana ni? How to access? So for those of you watching and you're investing in using all these platforms and all, my honest suggestion, there is no such thing as a dishonest suggestion. My honest suggestion is you write down your username and password. Literally write down on a piece of paper. Because today you write on a piece of paper, hacker cannot take. Right? Unless they break into your house, tengok paper. Right? And then give that to your wife.
Should that be included in your letter of wishes for your WhatsApp for your executor?
I think so, you should. Why not? Right?
Because if not, he also cannot access.
Yes, in my letter of wishes, bila aku mampus, dear Lina, here's my username and password to all these different social media accounts. Please remember to clear my browsing history when I'm gone. But it's a real thing with digital assets, digital platforms. People invest using so many different platforms today. Just Singapore side, you got Fund Supermart. Fund Supermart, at least there is a platform, there's a customer service you can contact and tell them, hey, my husband passed away. He's got assets here. Here are the relevant documents, ground of probate, etc., etc. Then your executor can take control, right? But when it comes to other things, like your digital cryptocurrency stuff, all decentralized. Let's talk about if it's in a bank, if it's a single name investment account, for example. Previously, people can buy unit trusts or from banks, right? All you have to do is knock on the door of the bank with the relevant documents. The bank will release the unit trust to the next of kin lah. But what about things like overseas asset? Like you go and buy US stocks. In the news, Nvidia went up like crazy, right? Folks, that's not investment advice. Just to be clear. Like, Nvidia went up more, then some people go buy. Wow, I make $1 million. Heart attack, my post. Then how? Yeah, granted, you go to your broker, you go to your licensed, regulated platform or financial advisor. They can tell you, okay, this is the process to claim. But then again, like I mentioned, if you buy US stocks, there's estate tax. Are you familiar with the estate taxes? There was a recent change for US assets that stated that if you are less than 13 million, you don't have to pay estate tax. So for the vast majority of us who do have or who do not have 13 million in US stocks, no worry lah. But then, how do you do that? Do you go to the platform? Do you go to the broker to say, hey, Arwah left behind US stocks, I want to claim? Then do they need to pay the estate tax? Do you need to pay it for them? Is it claimed from the estate? Is it paid first, then liquidated? Right. So there are certain pitfalls that I notice a lot of people don't know about, especially when it comes to investing. And this is where you will hear, no offense to insurance agents out there. You all are doing a great job. This is where the selling point of using insurance to invest means, you can nominate your assets. Bagus. Yes, can. I agree. But also don't forget, folks, if you're going to invest using insurance products, be aware that performance is one thing. The high number of charges and fees is another thing. And of course, your long lock-in period is another thing. Because all three combined, they don't form Voltron. You try to surrender, you lose your money and you're stuck forever. Right? So there are pros and cons, but it's something to really, really consider. So, gents, what are some of your investment accounts that are in single name that you're thinking about right now?
I'm just thinking if there is this trend, I would say trend. I'm not sure whether that's the right word to use here. But promotion, I've been seeing a lot of Facebook ads, reels about promoting rearing of kambing as a sunnah. So what happens if you actually do invest or own shares in those companies, So how do you go about it?
Pernah dengar? Investment kambing, pernah dengar? Ada
Yes.
Kita boleh bawa balik satu ekor.
So What's the implication? When you die, huh? Kambing ikut kau.
Boleh sembelih. Sedekah.
Because okay, so for those of our listeners who are unfamiliar, there are investment schemes where you put up some money, that money is then used to buy goats or sheep, and then the goat farm or the sheep farm will then take care of it, rear it for you, and then your investment grows when the sheep multiply. So for example, you can, with a few $1,000s, you buy one or two breeding pairs, and then the breeding pair will then multiply into a few more, and then they multiply some more, multiply some more, multiply some more. So is it a good investment? Today, we're not talking about that. Today, we're not talking about that because it comes with its own set of risks. Can a disease wipe out your entire flock? Can. Right? Is it sunnah? Yes, I've heard of it being marketed as a sunnah investment. Again, today, not going to cover that. But let's talk about what happens if you die. Who do the sheep belong to? Would you consider the kambing as assets? Gentlemen?
Dobby is free.
Dobby is free. Dobby is an elf, not a sheep. You've been watching too much Harry Potter, brother. So my question to you both is this. Would you consider the sheep and the goats as assets?
Yeah.
I would, I don't know. For me, I would think that the amount that you invest in is more of an equity rather than the sheep itself.
Okay, I potong suspender, no more suspense. Sheep and goat are considered an asset, both Islamically and in the investing world. Okay, you buy a horse, it's yours. It's got cash value, you can sell it, somebody can buy. Yes, granted, most of you don't really see this. Sheep, goats, they fall under livestock. So that's the phrase, so livestock. And so livestock, when you look at it this way, it's not the amount that's invested. Because just like any other investment, the value will rise and fall. Right? So if somebody, for example, if I invested in a goat farm somewhere and under my name, I actually started with 2 breeding pairs. That means four goats, two males, 2 females, right? Then they breed. Then say 5 years later, I end up with say 100 goats, right? All of that have a cash value, right? Because can the goat farm sell it all off? Then say, okay, based on today's market price, the 100 goats are worth $10,000. Can what? Right? And so, the question is this. Ahli waris nak ambil duit ke nak ambil kambing? Do you, as the beneficiary, want to receive 10,000 in cash? Do you want to wait for the goats to multiply even more?
Kambing that can breed more.
See? So all these are considerations, right, that you need to write down inside your letter of wishes. They say, hey, aku literally ada investment kambing, right? I have investments in sheep and goats. Please do not sell it away. Let it multiply further. Right? Because if 4 can turn into 100, 100 can they turn into 1,000?
Yep.
Inshallah, boleh. Of course, barring no diseases, all okay, right? So this one is also something that is very, I realize, very overlooked. Very, very much overlooked. When people start investing in all this, they don't see the potential for it. Again, not saying it's a good investment. Things can happen. Oh, potential bagus. Afiq kata invest kambing. No. I've seen there are risks. Okay? But it is something to think about. Because a lot of folks are only invested on the paper side. So, okay, I invest in kambing. Then I get reports every once in a while from the shepherd, the goat farm. Oh, okay, your kambing grown this amount. Then roughly this is the total value. But when you die, that one, because it's single name asset, it goes into faraid. So, bini dapat 1 kambing, anak lelaki dapat 3 kambing, anak perempuan dapat 1,5 kambing. Macam mana? Nah, cut kambing in half.
Potong.
So all these things must be documented. Because end of the day, whatever you own is yours. And when you die, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to your next of kin. Of course, you can write a wasiat. Yes, you can put in instructions in a surat hajat, letter of wishes and all to inform your next of kin what to do. But it's still, if it got value, means it will go into faraid.
Yeah, assets are things that you own that has value, monetary value.
Correct. But everything has an implication. I know for a lot of our viewers and listeners today, it's very popular today to DIY your own investments. Yes?
Yep.
Come on, let's be frank. The three of us are DIYing our own investments because we are licensed and regulated and qualified to do it. Yes? I don't tell somebody else, hey, help me handle my investments. I tell them what to do. Right? And here's the funniest part of all. Do you all really think Lena, my lovely lady, knows exactly what I invested in?
No.
I doubt so.
As much as I tell her, do you think for her, her eyes start to glaze over, goes over, okay, yes, dear, go ahead, do it, yes. And then I go, and she's like, oh, dia ada investment ni apa? Aku tak tahu. Right? So my suggestion to everybody today, if you're investing, invest as a couple. Even if one spouse knows more, does more, is more engaged in it, it still benefits both of them to know what each other is doing. Right? Like DIY platforms, like I said, so many. Just because I can invest doesn't mean that Lena can access the investments later on. Doesn't because she don't have the username and password.
True.
Right?
Quick question. So does the right of survivorship applies for joint investment account?
Yes. Short answer, yes. So for those of you who are listening, there are joint accounts for certain investments that are available. One that I can think of is our platform that's called iFast. One of our partner platform is called iFast. You can open a joint account. And if one party passes away, the other party can come and claim. That's one with iFast. Another one that I can think of, which is also on the DIY route, is Fund Supermart. So FSM1.com, Singapore's oldest unit trust platform, owned by iFast, has something called a beneficiary account. So if you're investing DIY, you create your own personal account, then you can specify that account to be a beneficiary account, which means if you die, your investments go to the named beneficiary. And it actually bypasses faraid.
So it's a hibah lah.
Yes. But to be clear, there has not been a fatwa from MUIS with regard to beneficiary accounts. There's only been fatwas on CPF and insurance nominations, specific to investing. There's no fatwas on bank account yet. There's no fatwas on joint investment account yet. But from a legal perspective and legal understanding, if it's a beneficiary account or if it's a joint bank investment account, it will go to the survivor. Right? So then the implication on this one is this. If I decide I want to make a beneficiary account and it goes to Lena, for example, but in my letter of wishes, I say, Lena, duit dalam investment ni, all this money in the investments, please distribute according to faraid. So whose responsibility is it?
On Lena?
I don't know. Is it Lena? Is it me? Because if I say I want it to go to faraid, then I shouldn't have put a beneficiary account, right? Then it go faraid, right? But if I give it to Lena and then I say distribute according to faraid, I give the responsibility to her to discharge, to say, hey, distribute according to faraid, and she knows the shares.
I think it will be the same. It will be similar to the joint bank account. Let's say I have a joint bank account with my mom. Then if my mom pass away, it's automatically mine. But inside her wishes say, when I pass away, this money distribute according to faraid.
Does it allow Lena to actually just close the account without getting the letter of admin or grant of probate, that kind of thing?
Short answer, yes.
Okay,
if it's a joint account or beneficiary account, when one of the account holder passes away, the survivor can then administer to the account without the grant of probate.
So it ease up the process and quickens the time. So at the very she got access quickly.
Correct. Absolutely right. And that's another benefit of having these joint investment accounts or beneficiary accounts. It shortens the entire timeline because you don't have to wait for the courts to issue all the different certificates, grant of probate, letter of administration, which from our experience can take 6 months to years. right? And so once you do this, be clear, have a conversation with your spouse. Say, yes, I'm putting your name in, but my wishes are for this money to be distributed according to whichever way that you prefer. Unless you want to say, hey, this money is meant for you, 100% take, then fine. But the key here is clarity. Write it down, have a conversation with your spouse. Can you say, this account A, all the money is yours when I die. Account B, this money, please distribute according to Farah A. Account C, this money, please give to my good buddy Asri and my brother from another mother, Zul. Also can. Happy korang. But there's always a but. You know, Afiq never starts with a story without a but. At the end of the day, you all do realize, legally speaking, all that money is hers. She can do whatever the hell she wants.
Right.
3 accounts, 3 different instructions. She said, screw it. He wasn't as handsome as I thought. Ambil semua duit. Jeng, jeng, jeng. So ni, what's the implication? Legally speaking, she can do whatever she wants lah. It's hers, but. But as we all say this within our culture, akhirat nanti kau jawab. For those of you who don't speak Malay, you will answer on the day of judgment. Semua stress. Macam mana ni. Alright. Long story short, for any of you who's currently investing, look at the ownership of that investment, whether it's got 1 name, whether it's got 2 names, whether it can be nominated. Please, for goodness sakes, talk to your spouse about this. And most importantly, document everything. You don't want to be in a situation where, oh, arwah ada Bitcoin. Aku dengar dia ada 100 ketul Bitcoin. Tapi kat mana Right? That's the worst thing ever. And so in summary, I would say, talk to your wife, talk to your husband about what you're doing with your investments, understand the ownership, and write everything down. Jens, anything you want to bring up about what happens to your investments when you die? Semua stress. So sekarang, okay, aku nak tengok punya investment. Hello, wife, I love you very, very much. Clear my browser history when I'm gone, but these are the things that you need to know.
No, it's funny that we talk about investments, then my head was thinking about mutton and everything, because I just had mutton chop lah. Alhamdulillah. From Adam Road.
Is it daging korban?
I don't know, but it was soft and nice.
Is it from your sheep farm?
No, I don't have yet, but I have no qualms about the sheep being slaughtered for me to eat.
Of course,
Yes.
It fulfills its purpose,
some people who want to grow.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should do an episode about all these alternative investments. You know, sheep farm, goat farm. I even seen opportunities for fish farm. You invest in a kelong. Orchard, fruit farm. Pun ada timber. One of the most interesting alternative investments I saw was buying a stake in a sandalwood farm, sandalwood orchard, where the wood is those that they burn for the fragrance, the incense, the bukhor. Investments in that pun ada. So it's very, very interesting. Whether or not it is useful or whether it's or not it's going to be profitable, I don't know lah. But in today's context, us as Singaporeans, we have access to so many different kinds of investment opportunities. And vice versa, the scams are insane. So, folks, don't invest into anything before you have a chat with us. We can help you verify and tell you whether benda ni legit ke tak. So on that note, we look forward to talking more about this at the next episode. I would like to give a big shout out and thank you to both my brothers Zulkifli and Asri, both my left and right.
Arms.
Yes, arms. That's the word. That's the word I was thinking of. Yes, for those of you who are thinking other things. Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you all in the next one. Woo!
Waalaikumsalam.